Okay, I won't say anything.
You dick. Okay, so we rejoin the session after the large battle with the demons, and after poor Balador's untimely piercing through the sternum with the bone blade tail,
Balador!
as the now slain ring of creatures towards the tunnel you thought it was a good idea to fortify lie dead. As Doris has cast floating disc to carry Balador's corpse back out. Is there anything else you would like to do before leaving here?
I want to have a little look around down here.
I would
Okay,
like
As I'm somewhere underground, I may
make an investigation check.
just to have a little look.
Since you're investigating, not looking at something in particular.
Don't know
I'm
where to
gonna-
look specifically.
While he's glancing
No,
around
shite. I need to copy and paste that thing.
and is clearly not looking at me, I'm gonna take the Book of Teleportation and the Sapphire Ring off Balador's corpse with a
Okay.
sock.
I forgot to mention those laws. Has my penis become rigor mortis yet?
Quite possibly.
Don't know.
Is it always green?
It hasn't been very long since you died, so we'll say no.
A couple of minutes.
Couple of minutes. So we'll say at this point you've walked around the lower ring of the houses. Make a religion check for me, Merrick.
I keep forgetting what I am. Right. Oh my goodness.
6.
Again? It's going to be one of those days, isn't it?
You feel a faint presence coming from higher up. Whether or not that's your god above you or something, you have no idea.
While this is going
I'll
on,
find it.
Minstrel is under the impression Merrick has finally lost his mind as he's frantically looking around the room.
He has lost his mind.
You're in quite a large cavern, to be fair. The houses are all tucked around the side.
Mm.
So you've walked around the lower ring and you feel like there might be something coming from higher up.
I'm going to have to go look.
Okay. So at this
Right.
point, I will need a perception check as you walk around the higher ring. And on that front as well, it's been about 20 minutes past so far. You're not actually going into any of the houses. You're just walking in front of them. Jesus.
8, 6, 6.
6.
Oh.
Okay, you do not find anything, I'm afraid.
Nope. All right. Getting out.
I just want it on the record, but the whole time this was going on, I was sobbing over Balador's corpse.
I see. So, as a group, you will be taking a slow walk with Balador's corpse back up to the surface towards where the drows are keeping the prisoners inside the mouth of the cave.
Balador! Balador!
We want the prisoners.
Hmm. You will have to negotiate when you get up there.
Yeah, I'm not doing shit. I'm taking Balador's corpse, telling the drow what we've done, and then I just want to mourn him. I'm not going to go free no prisoners.
I'm going to go
Okay.
find the drow then.
Okay. So you spend the time walking to the top of the tunnel. As you now come, you can begin to see light.
Merrick,
Freedom.
there's light up ahead.
Freedom. Let's go. Go into the light.
Okay, you begin heading towards the light, and waiting at the top seems to be a group of about 6 or 7 drow. Mostly
Hello
now
there.
fully armoured and waiting for you.
Hello.
Lovely,
Fair
mate.
drow.
Is quietly keeping to the back of the group after having expended pretty much all her spells.
Hello there. I believe we have done as requested and successfully destroyed the giant monkeys and the evil
Demons.
centaur.
Take us to your chief. If that's who we need
Let's
to
see.
see.
Wait here 1 moment. I shall fetch the elder, says the central guard of the group, as he now leaves while the others are now pointing pikes towards you. A few moments later, they return with the heavily armoured drow woman back to the cave entrance and says, "Ah, yes. My men inform me you have dealt with our little problem.
We did, and it cost us greatly.
I can see your foolish friend has decided to give up his life for us. How kind of him.
That's Balador,
Balor the Brave.
always putting others before himself.
Yes, I'm sure. Well, I suppose then we shall be taking the villagers and returning to our home.
I would very much like the villagers to come with us.
Would you now? And I believe we were doing you the favour by leaving. Is there any reason we should give you the prisoners as well? We have enough slaves here to expand our city by another ring or two.
Well, I don't know. I don't have a reason. I want them.
Okay, make a persuasion check with disadvantage for me.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't have a reason, that's why I don't.
Well, you could try and, blackmail or say you'll tell the king where they're hiding. You have a rough idea of where it is. You know it's underground, somewhere going whatever direction this cave entrance was from. But you didn't come up with that, so persuasion check with disadvantage.
I'm going to save that. Oh, it's only a flat 20 for my roll
Okay.
anyway.
8.
That'll probably be the lowest.
Yep. Okay. 8. She looks at you and says, and after your battery, do you think you can stop us?
I
No.
interject and say, no, I think he was merely jesting. Do with the slaves as you will. Just please honour your side of the agreement.
Of course. And our side was, we shall leave, and we shall be sealing this tunnel behind
Okay.
Sealing it how?
us. We have our own spellcasters.
Okay.
As they now allow you to walk outside the tunnel.
I'll cheerfully wave by.
I'll just send the guards after them and get back.
Okay, so do you say that out loud or is this in your head?
Well, so minstrel as we walked off.
Okay. I'm going to have to make a quick roll. Nope, okay. Okay, so then, as they've now crammed pretty much all of the spellcasters around the entrance to the cavern, and the rest of the drow have walked in, except for Theron and Darren, who are watching you from just outside for a moment as you're standing there watching, hoping to see how they're going to disappear an entire tunnel at once.
I'm not watching. I'm minding my own business.
I'd very much like to know.
Fair enough. You see Theron and Darren touch the edge of the tunnel as it begins to crest about 30 feet over. So it begins closing the hole as it brings forward. And then, a few moments later, the top of the tunnel begins to slowly come down and flatten until it just looks like regular earth, as if it was a stony patch the entire time.
Cool.
You're now by the empty village of... Oh god, what was it called? This
Sodom.
ridiculous name from the auto-generator. Terragaran.
Oh, yeah.
Tarragon.
Yes, but there's no point staying in then if everyone's gone.
Yep. You did lose an entire village doing that. Well done.
Part of my plan.
Sure.
Balador would have saved them all.
Get over it.
I suppose we best.
If we can
Do
try.
you remember who you were supposed to be finding after you found something?
Yeah, but we're not. We've got a dead body in tow. I would very much like to suitably honour the dead before rushing to collect coinage.
I was
You're
going to
gonna-
take it to Hollow Tree. But...
You're going to bury him in the middle of a random elvish town.
No, I didn't say I was going to bury him. I was just saying I don't want to rush to go back to the Adventurers Guild. I think we need to find somewhere suitable for him to be put to rest.
Send
Well.
him adrift.
You could always stop by Godholm on the way back and bury him next to Ludwig.
I don't think Balador would appreciate being buried in that shithole.
Well, I think you could get quite a nice character graveyard going there.
He deserves an honourable death with a funeral pyre and lots of
Don't
rabbit.
you remember his
fish.
wishes?
Oh no, yeah, that's right.
Once we fed to that thing.
To Griff.
Wants to be fed to Griff in Hollow Tree.
Don't know why it's going to want a rotten orc to eat. But
Ton.
It's about 2 days away. You'll start to be going off by then.
Well, cast a spell on me. Make me preserve me.
can't.
Don't you have what's it called? Is it mending?
No, he has purify food and drink.
Yeah, there we go. Purify food and drink. Do that.
I don't have any spell slots.
It'll be 2 days away, remember. To Hollow Tree.
I might
That's
be
You
able
just have to.
2 rests.
I don't care if he gets eaten by a griffin, so I'm not going to waste it on that.
You are the worst holy man I've ever met.
Well, that's not a holy end. It needs to be buried in holy ground in Godholm. Not here.
That's
Some
evil.
Blackwater.
You're thrusting your religion onto this noble half orc.
True religion. On the
True
noble
religion.
It is to me. So
Oh, that's
Oh.
not fair.
Minstrel changes note on Merrick in book to lawful evil.
He's not even lawful anymore.
No, not. Just good, I suppose, still.
Yeah, just for the moment.
That would be good from my point of view.
Okay, so
So I'm not gonna
where are
purify.
we heading at the moment? then?
I grab Balador's corpse and stick it in my bag of holding.
You are going the bag of holding idea.
Yeah, I am not trusting
Yay.
Merrick with his corpse. Poor Balador deserves better than to be using an instrument in some elephant bizarre religious fantasy.
So you tilt the floating disc Doris was casting to hold Baldur's corpse as you walked back up the tunnel, and then open the bag of holding at the far end as he slides back into the void inside it.
Yep.
Okay.
Ah!
How wide does the bag go on it?
I'd say it gets to about 2 or 3 foot across, so you'd still get a person in it,
It wasn't that big.
as long as it was long ways, not sideways.
Stuff him in.
Bend him in half and just cram it out.
I guess we can head on back to Hollow Tree and rest up. Or we need to find that woman who's going to help us get back.
It's Sola, the hunter.
That's the one. Wherever she is.
She went to the south as you went to the north. So you'd probably meet her back by the river. Would be the logical.
I would suggest we walk towards the river.
Okay. So you spend, what was it, about 4... Hang on, I just got to use my scale. 2 minutes. Yeah, you spend about 4 hours heading back over towards the river, managing to find your way back along the wooded coastline. However, on the way, you do spot a particularly large wolf.
I touch myself. Oh no, I can't. Oh yes, I can. I touch myself and cast invisibility.
Okay, so you're invisible. There's currently a large wolf sitting on the path.
Hello, wolf.
Good answer. I mean, it's a wolf. It just looks round at you confused.
I just walk past it then.
Okay.
Looks confused. It doesn't look angry.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for Ozzy to chime in here, but he's not saying anything.
That's what I was doing. That's why I said hello. But I assumed it was something to do with that.
Okay.
wolf-
The wolf growls at you.
Why are you growling at me, wolf?
It doesn't speak English.
Bye then.
Minstrel, what do you want to do?
I've just seen a wolf. and I
Vanished.
can't fight it, so I'm invisible. Stay the hell out of the way is what I'm doing.
Okay, then. That
Yes.
just leaves Doris to actually start this, but thank God I'm in control for a second.
Raise my weapons.
Oh, you raise your weapons. Okay. As you raise your weapons, you see a shuffling in the bushes to your left.
Something in the
pops
bushes.
out.
Minstrel.
A small man. And
Oh.
he says, "Oh, calm down, Radhika Sitaran.
Is this your wolf?
These are just friendly people, aren't you?
Maybe. Depends
Greetings.
who you are.
My name's Rambler. I'm a Rambler. I was just
Yeah.
out here fetching some water from my wolf over there called Radhika Sitaran. So what are you doing out in these parts?"
Going somewhere safe.
"Well, this forest is perfectly safe. I've lived here for many years."
Had a fierce battle with some demons in a cave where the drow
Demon,
live.
what's that? Is that one of the demons over there? That dead thing?
Pointing to Balador's corpse, obviously.
He's in
I'll
the
take
bag.
Balador's
No, he's in the
corpse.
bag now, isn't he?
Oh, I thought he was still on the disc.
Nope, they put him in the bag of holding.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I can't
Did
see
you
it.
miss? Did
Yeah.
you miss all that about Merrick wanting to defile your corpse by burying it in his holy land?
Oh, I didn't miss that, but I missed the putting it in the bag bit. Oh, well, I'm heading that way as well. I can join you on your journey if you like. Maybe you can use a bit of backup.
Sure. Fine by me.
I'm still suspicious, so I'm still invisible.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
So far, I guess it's only Merrick, though. Oh,
Yeah, Doris is
all right.
standing quietly behind Merrick,
I say,
about to cast a spell.
I say, oh, calm down, young lady. There's nothing to be afraid of here. And I pick a flower from the side of the path that hasn't yet blossomed, and I hand it to Doris. And as I'm handing it, I cast Druidcraft, and the petals open up.
At which point, I'm going to have to double check one thing which Doris can do. But
Oh no, you're not going to make Doris attack me.
Yeah.
I don't think Simon.
no, I'm not that mean. There was a spell, but I can't remember if she had it.
Anyway, I'll describe myself while I'm doing that. I'm 3 foot
Sure.
tall. I'm a halfling. I'm quite wrinkly. I've got ginger hair and a big white beard. I'm wearing scale armor. I've got a longbow in my hand and a shield on my back and a short sword sheathed. And a shrike tit on my shoulder, which is a small songbird.
Oh, what's a little tiny halfling doing up here in the elf country?
Oh, I've lived here for many years. I once was part of my halfling village. I was a very good cook there. The village was attacked, and I used my cooking skills to save the village. I'll explain that about that later. I then joined the chef's guild, but unfortunately, nobody in the guild would believe that I'm the best chef that ever existed. So I decided to leave that place, and I've travelled around ever since. I've done many things. I even had a wife, but I had to leave her.
At the mention of Chef's Guild, Minstrel suddenly pops up and me like right in front of Rambler, visible again. Did you say Chef's Guild?
Well, hello, young man. Young woman. Sorry. I did. Yes. Why?
I'm hungry.
Oh, well. Well, I can't cook anything right now. I don't actually have anything on me unless Radhika Sitaran's got anything. Have you got anything, Radhika? Radhika says, "Oh."
No.
All right then.
Also,
Oh,
nice
look-
to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rambler.
I know.
Nowhere.
I was listening. I may have been very cautious as you approached. So I decided to hide back in the shadows. My name's Minstrel.
Well,
You're a
please,
coward.
I can't blame you for being afraid of old Radhika Sitaran there. He can be quite intimidating, but he only threatens people who threaten to harm me. not beautiful like young ladies such as yourself.
Oh, stop
So-
it.
I have one quick question. Why do you always give yourself a ridiculously simple name and anything you name a really complicated one?
What do you mean?
I'm just going to call it Wolf.
Oh, by the way, this creature on my shoulder is called Magical Bart. Oh, sorry, Corporeal Bart, not Magical Bart, Corporeal Bart.
Well, it's like-
Magical Bart once.
It's like the Beast Scrolls. You gave them ridiculous names when they had colours assigned.
At the name of hearing the name of Corporal Bart,
Corporeal.
whatever. I burst into tears and say that reminds me of a dear friend we had who's recently passed away. He had a pet raven, I think. No, hawk.
Hawk.
Some weird bird.
Osprey.
Some
And-
bird.
And its name was Magical Bart. It died not that long ago.
Literally like 4 hours ago.
It really must
But
still
it
look bloody.
almost feels like a week.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'll do anything I can to help you. You're off to Hollow Tree, are you?
Hopefully.
I don't really like the elves there, but I'll follow you along, I suppose.
We must look rather bloodied still, 'cause we haven't stopped since the fight.
No, at the minute you are still heading to try and find Hunter Isola down towards the river join.
Yeah,
Well,
we've
looks
got to
like you
find
could
our
use a
hunter
rest
friend.
and a hearty meal.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds lovely, dear.
Oh, you're speaking. Did you like the flower I gave you?
Oh, it was beautiful, young man.
Right, well, I was about to set up camp just here, by the river.
Trying to find our hunter friend, one who led us here.
Hunter friend.
I suppose we can camp. Might find us.
Okay, so you're going to set up camp for the evening?
Probably
Yes.
best.
Remembering it's currently like 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah, but that gives me time to do a little bit of foraging and attempt to make a gourmet meal.
Okay, I will pull up the challenge rating for you.
Yeah, you're going to have to work it all out because I don't really know what I'm doing.
It's fine. There's a reason I have this saved as an item.
Bear in mind that Radika Sitaran also has a proficiency in. So, he doesn't. Oh, never mind.
As we sit down to start
So-
camp, I pull Ballador's head slightly out of the bag of holding and start humming him a little song.
How creepy do you want to make this? Also, the
Don't
bag of holding doesn't work like that. You can't take something halfway out. It's either in or it's out.
I take his body entirely out and lay it on the grass next to me.
How are you getting this back in? Good luck with that.
Oh,
Okay.
um,
So,
Oh, no.
to prepare a gourmet meal, I need you to make a 15 DC check at Flat Rambler.
Flat Rambler. Do I not
So-
have to forage the food first?
Forage for food with survival, and then you just want to roll a 1d20, no plus, just to. Oh no, you have proficiency in it, so you get +2 or 3. Sorry.
3. Right, first of all, forage for food.
Okay.
The
Wisdom plus
Right.
proficiency if you have it.
it's 7. It's 16.
16. Okay, so you managed to find. You're foraging for food yourself, not hunting, so you find what you believe to be is some edible moss and some tree roots, a few berries.
Don't forget, my chef's tools give me that ability to, make.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm listing these particular things.
Oh.
Uh,
Succeeded in the gourmet meal.
no, it does not count as a gourmet meal for this rest.
What does a gourmet meal do anyway?
You can recover a hit dice during a short rest, or have access to one more during a long rest.
I have no idea. Anyway. Oh, excuse me.
So you managed to make
Are you
an
shushing?
edible meal.
Okay. Gather round, everybody. Here's a nice pot of stew. And
Made primarily from moss,
Moss,
twigs,
berries.
roots, and some berries.
I hope that nobody noticed that Radika Sitaran was helping himself to it while I was cooking and had my back turned.
Who was Balador's favourite?
Did I notice that?
14 passive perception. Probably.
Yeah, I'll give it a miss then. Eat some rations.
I take a sip of the stew while crying.
I'll heartily dig in.
Fair enough. Okay, so you begin
My long rest.
your long rest for the evening. Is anyone going to keep watch?
Oh, I need to rest. No,
Well, you fellas and ladies all look very tired. I suppose me and Radika Sitaran can take watch for tonight.
Okay. Well then, Rambler, as you're sat up, approximately 9 p.m. sort of time, there's somebody approaching the camp. I need you to make a perception check to see if you can tell who it is. Oh wait, you won't know who it is.
Right,
This should be fun to see if you can tell what they are. Then
Perception.
The old lady Doris said she'd take one straight.
Okay.
So it depends
so
on
you're
the
doing the
time.
second stint on the 8-hour sleep. 21. You
Oh,
see a
Who
you
goes
see a
there?
tall. Can I get out what you see coming first? You,
He's coming. Jesus Christ.
you see a tall elven woman heading towards the camp.
Colt, who goes there?
Oh, my apologies. I thought this may be the camp of some people I was searching for.
Oh, would one of them be a pretty young elven lady?
Elven lady? No.
Oh. Well,
I would say I'm looking for an elephant, an orc.
oh, yes, an elephant, yes. Yeah, he's over there. He's very tired, mind. He's been snoring away for the past couple of hours.
Very well.
I
shall
love the
let them know.
inherent racism. The elephant.
There is a good reason for it. I wrote it in the fucking world note that you read them originally. But I bet you've lost track of those.
No, I don't think I've read them.
I sent them to
Oh, I
everyone.
never had them.
I definitely didn't.
No, I don't think you were in the group when I was speaking at that point. But I'll send them to you later.
So
So you begin. She begins by sitting down by the fire herself to take a quick breather, before now seeing Balador's corpse still lying on the floor because
I offer her.
wasn't strong enough to get it in the bag.
I have heard some stew.
It's not just lying on the floor. I'm sleeping, cuddled up next to it. So
Oh, what?
You said Merrick's lost his mind.
it's
Yeah.
perfectly normal during the
Minstrel's
morning
gone mad.
process
Bereavement.
to want to sleep next to your dead friend's corpse.
Remind me not to die in real life.
We knew him for like a week or two, a couple of weeks.
It was
At
the
this
only
point,
one who
about-
stuck by
yeah,
my
2
heart.
weeks.
Anyway,
Okay.
sleep. Never mind.
So she now spots. To be fair, she probably wouldn't notice he was dead from that sort of distance. Then. So she just spots Minstrel sleeping next to Balador and seems to note something in her mind about the two of them being in a particular form of relationship.
Wait.
Okay, at which point, as the shift would change, Rambler goes to get some sleep overnight as Doris takes the last chunk before morning.
By the way,
during-
nobody actually asked me my name. Did I ask anybody's
You
name?
did tell everyone as you introduced yourself.
Said you were
Oh,
around.
right, okay,
Yeah.
good. We'll assume I asked your names.
I don't think we
Bad
gave you
at
ours now, but
Oh, okay.
I did. I was polite.
I was too
I
bloody.
would have been like,
after the battle.
Doris. Oh, I'm Lady Doris. Nice to meet you, my sweet summer child.
Wait, am I not? I think I'm older than. Oh no, I'm not. How old is Doris?
About 70 plus.
We're about the same age then. I'm 69.
Yeah, sorry. I shouldn't have laughed at that.
Well, Merrick's 72, so we're all around
I'm
the
just
same.
going to check something on Halfling. If you're 69, you may be playing that way too old.
Hmm.
Oh, I've lived till 150.
Yeah, they do live longer than humans.
Yeah, 150. So if you're 69, you're the equivalent of like 30,
No,
maybe 35.
well, like that.
Because if you consider humans live to 100,
It doesn't work like
You'd be, if you scaled the ages, you'd be like 35.
Right, moving swiftly on.
Moving swiftly on. So Doris, as you're taking the second half of the watch, can I get a perception check?
Oh,
17. Okay. You can see some small animals running nearby, but nothing you feel should cause you any problem. You don't hear much else, because you're still on the side of the river where all the wildlife seems to have been killed.
Okay.
You obviously greet Hunter Solar after waking up and before sitting in for your watch for the evening, as she now sits using the L's meditative trance sleep to not actually sleep.
It's
Like-
creepy as hell.
It's supposed to be. At which point we'll come to the next morning. Everyone's now completed a long rest, so feel free to restore.
yay!
Yay!
I'm not nearly dead.
I'm going to take some time to give Radika a bit of a stroke and make sure his fur's all nice.
I was going to arrange a couple of spells and doing this.
Okay. While you guys are doing that, we'll have we'll say Minstrel can speak to Hunter Solar since everyone else was doing something.
I wake up with a start. Oh, Huntress! It's you!
He's looking at you as she was trying to work out what you were doing sleeping with Balador.
Morning,
I've
elf.
just had a horrible, horrible nightmare. I'm sorry.
Did you kill him?
Something bad has happened.
And she's now looking at the hole in his chest.
Balador fell. He fell! Huntress! He fell!
Onto a sword?
And we got the drow elves to leave.
Wait, you actually found them? Where were they?
That's irrelevant.
Over in that place, Trigger.
Oh dear.
Treg Aaron. I see.
Yeah.
And you say you got them to leave?
Well,
Yes.
they went back in their home.
I
Minstrel
see.
goes back to sleep because he's not allowed to talk.
Let Minstrel speak this one. He was speaking to him while you were sorting your spells out. Minstrel, carry on.
Hi.
Yes, we dealt with the Drow Elf problem as the Adventurer Guild requested.
I see. So we shouldn't be seeing any of them again then.
Still alive.
Shut up.
Well, you're going to tell a lie, and I'm going to interrupt you anyway. So
I can't say for certain, but we were told to deal with them, so we went to them and we made a deal.
Okay. Well then, I suppose we should begin heading back to
Well,
Hollow.
I say we made a deal. Merrick made a deal.
Oh, and what deal would that be? As she now looks round to you.
They will go away and keep the slaves.
What slaves?
they
The
took
poor
the whole
villagers.
village.
They took the whole village.
Well, there's no
The
one there.
second major farming town for all of the Elven Forest.
Rambler's ears have pricked up at this, and so have Radika's.
I wouldn't give them back.
You sold slaves?
Oh dear. I see. We shall have to hurry and get some people out there, or all the elves will starve.
So we
And
should
she
help.
shakes her head
Trust
and
the
looks away.
elements.
Perhaps
And
we should help.
You said
this,
they took them. Where did they take them?
Their cave place. I don't know what it was called.
Ever dark or whatever.
Yeah, it was,
The Underdark.
Underdark, that's it.
they covered up the entrance.
I say to the voice that has appeared in my head correcting me. Can we pretend that's like my skills as a law bard?
It's like your conscience or something, or just your memory.
It's just like
suddenly
quick
had a
memory.
of a book I've read.
Or just better yet, of a lecturer I once heard telling me this. Oh dear. Yeah, no.
And they went into their hovel,
I see.
wherever they live, covered it up.
Balador
you-
was very brave, Huntress.
I'm certain.
He single-handedly fought the demons infesting the Underdark.
I see. Well, perhaps we should see if we could have the reward transferred to his family.
What'd you say that for, you
I
dumbass?
second that.
He's had one request. One
Oh.
dying request. to do with his funeral rites. He wishes for a orcish sky burial.
I see. And what would this entail?
He would like to be fed to the trusty steed that brought him to the village, Griff.
I see. Well, they do normally only eat fish.
I have heard half orc is very fishy.
I see. I shall ask the griffin handlers if they would allow this.
Thank you, it's very much appreciated.
Oh, sorry, not fish. They eat fish and horses. Sorry, I was just pulling up the
Horses. Fish and
Horses.
horses.
fish and
That's very
horses. They have a
specific.
varied diet.
Pandas, very picky eaters.
Yeah. They are the fantasy panda.
Oh.
A mixture of two different things, and
Well, they did mention they only seem to breed one of them every 100 years, so that makes sense.
yeah, they're really expensive for that reason.
Hmm.
Also, like pandas, they're very hard to breed.
Yeah.
So, at this point, she says, I see. Could you show me where this tunnel was, or do you remember where it was exactly?
I suppose I only saw it yesterday, so
So
maybe
you
I
should remember. So, do you remember where I said they took you? If not, make a history check, and I'll tell you.
can't entirely remember.
Make a history check. Does anyone remember where I said I took them?
No.
Well, I wasn't there, was I? Was I there?
No, you weren't. You weren't there, so you can't possibly know.
Right, I'm going to go and get a beer.
Okay. Hey, finally a good roll. Okay, so Minstrel, you remember it was out behind Terag Aaron.
Oh, I could have said that anyway.
Oh, I did remember that, but I thought that was a place.
Yeah, I thought it was like specific. It's like behind the barn,
But
to the left,
behind
in the
the
forest.
village.
Ah, okay.
If I gave you something that specific, you'd never remember it.
I thought that's why you said roll.
Oh, I do know then. Yeah.
Yeah, you did know. Okay.
Yeah. It's behind it's behind Trigaron, the village place.
Fucking hell.
I look at Merrick as he's just repeated exactly what I've just said.
No, that's what you remembered.
Didn't actually say it yet.
Oh, dear. Okay. So, I see. Is there any notable features from where this tunnel is or was, as you say?
Looks like a mound of dirt or something now.
A stony patch is what I
Like-
said originally.
Magic-y stuff.
That was like
Stony
4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it's turned into just a patch of stone, smooth stone on the floor.
Hmm.
Okay,
That's
so I see. So we shouldn't need to go. I can recall that and send an expeditionary force to try and work out if we can get to them. Very well. We should begin heading back towards Hollow Tree. You now, I assume, are going to follow her through the forest.
yeah, I
Um,
think so.
I'm gonna stop the party and ask for some help, either carrying Ballador's corpse or putting it back in my bag.
I'll spend a bit of time making that disc.
I'll try and. Oh,
It's one action for that spell, by the way.
Yeah,
So
there's
it's 6
ritual. It takes longer.
No, if the cast time is still one action, it still takes 6 seconds. You just have to draw a circle in the dirt.
Oh, okay.
It has a set cast time, so it's literally that.
Okay, I do that.
So what
Okay.
happened while I was getting a beer? Did you go back to the village?
No, they've
Just about.
just been discussing what
Oh,
happened
right,
with the
okay.
drown.
Thank Doris for her kind magic help. I will gift upon her a trinket.
Oh, by the way, just as a note, she's made the disc. She hasn't lifted the body up. Like, that's your guys' problem.
No, that's Minstrel's problem.
Okay, Minstrel, to get the body on the thing, I need an athletics check.
I can try and help if you like.
With advantage if Rambo's going to help.
He's
I-
tiny, isn't he?
Resist.
I'm
I
3 foot tall and I'm not very strong at all.
I withdraw the offer of giving Doris a trinket for her help. What do you say, athletics?
Athletics.
I mean, I suppose I could still help just by like levering shit and.
Ah.
Never mind.
Natural 1. I did say with advantage since Rambler's going to help.
Oh yeah.
While you guys are distracted,
Oh, oh, at least you didn't.
Even with this,
Kill
I'm
yourself.
going to say you get his body maybe an inch on the floor before dropping it on your toe. Take 1 damage. Maybe take the armor off.
Did you guys loot Ballador's food rations, by the way? Or are they still on his corpse?
I don't know. Just search his
Chris?
body if you like, Rambler.
I am overcome with grief because it looks like we're leaving Ballador's corpse here. Because our holy man doesn't like Ballador.
All right. Well, anyway,
Don't wanna
if
feed him.
you did leave the
Right.
rations, they're not there anymore because
Okay, you've taken.
Radika ate them.
At least you didn't eat the corpse.
All of them.
Yes, he ate all of them. He ate like 15 days worth of
Yeah.
dog food.
Like a greedy
He's a
wolf.
big wolf. Okay. I don't
Can
know how
I-
big because I don't know how big wolves are, but quite big.
Bigger than you, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
Can
probably.
Doris try and pick him up and put him on the disc?
Are you going to make a strength check?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Athletics. 17! You
Hey, minstrel, look alright.
putting the young, healthy 20-something-year-old elf to or half elf to some shame, literally grab him by the neck and overhand judo throw him straight onto the
Now-
sand.
Now, to be fair to Minstrel, I have just killed a centaur, so maybe I just need more rest.
You know, you've had a whole night. You're just weak.
And I would like to unrescind my offer of a trinket to Doris because she has thoroughly impressed me. So I hand her Ballador's sapphire ring.
Okay.
Also,
Right, by the way, I got
Yeah.
like in the first fight and never I forgot I had it.
metagaming for a minute.
Yeah.
There is nothing in Ballador's inventory or equipment that he sent us about his mold earth.
Yeah, that's the
Hey,
Glom axe.
That's the axe.
Oh, that's the axe. Okay,
Not
The
the
axe.
great axe, the the battle axe.
okay. I think that's still on this corpse. I don't think anyone
The
took it.
axe of
Yeah,
Glom.
touched it.
And
Yeah,
the
the axe
great
of Glom, that's the one.
Hmm.
That's the battle axe.
Maybe for now, like all his magical and useful weapons and stuff, we should chuck in the bag of holding unless anyone wants it.
Don't think he's
has-
got
has-
anything.
Have I seen any of it?
No. I suppose you'd seen what's lying on the corpse still. So you
Well,
could
what-
look him over and
I
investigate it.
suppose we can let
What have
Rambler
you
have a
got
little
in the
look.
bag?
Minstrel.
Are you asking
Okay.
me? I don't have the corpse.
It's your
You're
bag.
the owner of the bag. Didn't you put all of the loot in the bag?
No.
No,
My
that's
bag of
what.
got
holding
on the body.
contains a rat eye, 1 gold piece, and 5 bowstrings.
So where's all of Ballador's stuff?
On him, I guess.
Most of it's still on him, other than like
Right.
the flaming short sword. I think.
All right,
Minstrel
what
grab
about-
immediately.
Yeah, sapphire ring you've got. I've got the book of teleportation in my bag.
Oh, so the short sword isn't on him anymore.
No.
So Rambler can't see it.
Well, it's probably hanging on Minstrel's waist.
If you equipped
Okay,
it.
well,
I assume.
Rambler's going to assume it belongs to him if it's hanging on his waist. What else is there?
The
You
list.
had your armor.
Chainmail.
Scimitar,
That's a
armor.
fine. That's a fine spool of rope
The
there.
ring you might want to take. The ring of X-ray. You
I've
took
already got it.
You took that, okay.
Is the rope?
There's some
The
rope.
100 foot of silk rope, yep.
Can
And
I
a pillow.
carry 100 foot of silk rope? I suppose I can put it on Radika. No.
You tie it round as like a makeshift harness if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And the other thing I would recommend possibly taking is the Furball Great Axe, which is a +1 Great Axe made from magic wood.
I definitely cannot lift that.
I would recommend shoving that possibly Minstrel in the bag of holding.
I shove the. Is that the. What was it
Furb-
called?
Furball Great Axe he's listed as. It's a magic wood or iron wood Great Axe is what
Should
I had
I
it down as originally.
Put the axe of Glom in as well, I say to the party.
I would.
So let me
Well,
get this straight.
I-
You just met me and you're offering me this guy's belongings.
Our very bad holy man, Merrick, maybe.
I thought, no, it was this fine lady here, the one with the weird, slightly not normal face.
Oh, I don't really know her that well, but I know she can turn into an ice cube, and she's
Well,
clearly quite strong.
And sprout skeletal wings. You forgot that one.
A nice cube from a nice lady.
Well, I mean, he's dead now. He doesn't exactly need his stuff. And then I want to telepathically speak to Rambler and be like, and don't call me weird again.
Do I know it's? Yeah, I know it's Doris saying it. I say out loud, "Oh, my apologies, my lady. I'm not very smart. I'm not very book smart."
Just let out a little chuckle.
What are you good at, then, Rambler?
Oh well, I can shoot this
You
bow
do.
good. I can hit things with this sword, and I've got a very good bond with Radika over there.
Oh god, that's right. I need a piece for the wolf. Sorry, just thought of something. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to assume you've run out of things to do in the edge of camp and are now packed up and heading off towards Hollow Tree.
Yeah, how are we moving Ballador?
He's on
Is
the
he
Um,
on-
Doris
is
has
he
got him on the disc, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Although awkwardly, it does follow like 20 foot behind me. So
I'm gonna
Okay.
mount. I'm gonna mount Radika.
means Minstrel will be 20 foot behind by it, probably.
Okay, so
Did you-
Minstrel is now the target of any ambush.
I'll walk up next to Doris.
Okay, so we'll have Hunter Solar leading the way, followed by,
Me.
I assume, Rambler on the wolf, because that's going to be quicker than walking. Followed by Doris and Merrick, followed by Ballador's corpse. And,
Do I not have to do animal handling then to
Minstrel.
ride him?
oh yeah, good point. Oh no, he'll let you ride him because of your bond, but staying on is going to be animal handling if anything happens.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you spend about 6 hours before you can see Hollow Tree above the canopy. At which point, you assume you're about halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way back. At which point, Hunter Solar is going to blow a loud whistle as you can now hear animals once again moving around in the forest since you've crossed the river.
Okay.
Rambler breathes a big sigh of relief to be surrounded by creatures of the forest again.
So, at which point, a small group of griffins is going to land, ready to take you back away. They are all currently with riders.
by the way,
Any
we
of
should-
them called Griff?
You want to ask, or do you want to
I'm
see if
gonna
you
ask.
can
Wait.
spot them?
Let me ask the griffins.
Oh god, you can speak to fucking griffins, can't you?
Rambler.
I can only speak to I can't have full on conversations, but I can have I could be like, "Are you Griff? Are you Griff?"
Rambler. As I discussed for Huntress, I'm not sure if you overheard, but our dearly departed friend Ballador wishes to be fed to a particular griffin called Griff. Can you ask these griffins to see if any of these go by that name?
Greetings, my good Sir Griffins. Anyone here called Griff? 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 Griff?
They look round to you, and then one of them nudges its head faintly forward.
Ah, come here, my good fellow. And I give it a little scratch under its beak.
It seems to enjoy this.
Yes, young lady, this one here is called Griff.
At which
You
point, the elf riding it is now hopped down and is eye to eye with Minstrel.
Wait, why me?
Because I'm way
You-
down.
he was gesturing to you. You were the one asking about it.
Oh. Low there, Ryder.
Ah, hello there. And you would be?
Why do all your characters sound so evil? Hello.
He's not. It's not supposed to be evil. It's supposed to be arrogant. I'm not doing it very well.
Excuse me, brave, whatever you are.
Elf.
I know he's an elf. I've been led to believe your griffin is known by the name of Griff.
Indeed. And he shall be giving you a lift back to the edge of the forest.
That's nice. I have had discussions with a huntress who, let me think about this for a second, I say out loud.
She is standing like 6 feet away from you at this point.
How long has
My-
he been on that disc, though? He's going to be a bit.
It's been 6 hours, so Doris has used up some, yeah. It's been going through quite a warm forest as well.
My dearly departed friends and victor and champion, Balador, fell during our quest, and his last dying wish was to have an orcish sky burial. And as he once rode Griff, he wishes for Griff to be
At
the
which
subject
point,
of such.
he's going to cut you off and say, I see. He wants Griff to take him into the sky and drop him to the ground.
No, what kind of world? That is not an orcish sky burial.
I'd do for a sky burial. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
No, a sky
Up in the
burial is a
sea.
very, very real thing. It's in which we feed the meat of our fallen comrade to your mighty griffin called Griff.
I see. You are aware they do not normally eat people.
I would like to, while they're doing,
Rambler, can you ask Griff whether he'd be prepared to eat Balador?
I would like to ask Griff if he'd be prepared to eat Balador.
At which point, Griff is actually going to wander over, and after you indicate which one Balador is, start sniffing him over. I'm just going to make a quick roll to determine this. And Google Sky Burial, because people are saying it's a real thing.
It is a
It
real thing
is.
in the pool. Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's like vultures, isn't it? Though
No,
not
people
griffin.
being fed on
Yeah,
by
carrion
Yeah,
birds.
scavenging birds. Fair enough.
prey. Yeah.
I did not. My first brain thought was literally reverse fireworks. Take them up, drop them, explode.
It doesn't make sense because they're not in the sky when it's happening, really. They're just
They're
getting
up a mound.
picked apart by
They
birds.
take them up
Okay,
a
if
mound.
you're gonna, are you gonna try and persuade the griffin to eat Balador Rambler?
Yes. Do
Okay, then I will
I
need an animal handling check.
do I get advantage because it says here I have an innate ability to communicate with beasts and they recognize me as a kindred spirit.
That's how you can speak to them.
Strange you could
That's
talk
not
to them,
how
yeah.
you can, or how you can make the direction, not how you can persuade. It understands. It'll understand what you want it to do, but it won't necessarily agree.
Okay,
So I have a score here for it already. That's what I was rolling for.
20.
7, so plus for this one, 5. It looks unwilling to eat the corpse as it's not its regular food stuff. It would much rather have a tasty horse if you can find it one.
Does it communicate that to me?
It's shaking its head at the idea of eating a
I would-
person still
I'd like-
geared in full armor.
I'd like to relay that information to the rider and then give my apologies to Minstrel.
I would just like to put my hand up and say, as part of a sky burial, I would need to prepare Balador for a sky burial, which would include taking off his fucking armor.
Yeah,
And starting to rot.
It's going to be all hot in that armor. He's been under the sun all day.
Yeah, I mean,
You've
what-
literally been like half frying him as he comes along.
yeah, that's
Been
not an
cooked.
issue. You see, as part of the preparation, I'd cut out the good parts of him. Anything left over,
Left.
which is not good, not
Is all
prime
good.
orcish meat, is discarded.
I wouldn't
I
keep
see.
him liver. That's probably pickled by now.
So
Drank.
you want to, at which point the elven rider is now looking at you and saying, so you wish to cook and then feed the orc to my griffin?
Yes, if that would be okay with you.
What a horrible way to go.
I laugh at Merrick's ideas of a justified way to go, having buried our previous comrade in ground to be eaten by worms.
To be given
I'd
He was
back
eaten
to
by
the earth.
Balador!
I'd
Seems
much
there is a bit of
rather.
Seems there is a bit of a
Back to
rift
the
in
earth.
your group.
Yes.
Only on this one topic, really, but
No, this elf is trouble.
Trouble, eh?
Elf is a psychopath.
Yeah.
No,
He's a
why-
coward. a
why
thief.
Why would the elf be a psychopath? A
You
sky
took the
burial.
other one's heart!
you
No,
can
that was a
sort of
momentum. That is a personal keepsake.
You murdered a few old people.
You murdered a village.
Are you guys having this argument in character in front of the guards
Yes,
and in front of Rambler?
Yeah.
There's now all the riders are now standing down in a circle, watching you two argue with each other.
You sold the slaves. You sold
Um,
them.
At which
to
point,
Harold.
thank you
You
for
were a
that.
coward. You
Right.
wanted to leave and leave them there.
I want to cast hold person on Merrick and Minstrel and tell them to calm down.
Oh, if you're charming.
Okay. At which point, Hunter Solar is going to walk over and say, "What's this I hear about selling the entire village?"
I'm going to stand by Isola's side with my arms crossed.
I don't think I can actually move.
Yeah, you can still
Oh,
speak to the whole person, can't you?
You still get to like make a save.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
you
got
have to
to
make
make
a
a saving throw, and magic can't put me to sleep.
Oh, I get
And I've
advantage.
got
on these.
advantage.
Yeah, I get advantage as well for Loxodon Serenity.
What saving throw do I make?
Whole person.
Wisdom.
Thank you. Wisdom.
The really difficult thing about this is that I'm not sure Rambler's character
16.
would want to join this group.
Because they're all nuts.
But I haven't actually finished any of my other characters, so I'm
What
going to
am
have
I-
to make it work.
Am I adding anything for my wisdom?
You get your wisdom saving since you're proficient, so you get 4 and 3 is 7 added to your roll.
See. Actually, I'll do them separately.
That's fine. You have advantage, so if any of them's high, yeah,
Oh,
26.
yeah,
Don't
nice.
worry about it in the second one. So you're not held by held person, so the argument continued. What's your saving for that, Doris?
16.
So Minstrel was held.
Mm.
You got no plus in Wisdom, don't you?
Nope.
So with that, Minstrel was held and then theoretically can't speak.
Oh.
However, Merrick, you're now being grilled by Isola on the concept of selling the village.
We didn't sell the village. That elf has got it in for me. I
I
tried
see.
to bargain. I tried to talk to that drow chief or elder, whatever they called it, and she refused to let them go.
Let me guess. About 6'2", silver hair, black eyes, heavy armor.
Sounds about right, yeah. She wasn't very nice.
I've met her once before. She would not be very nice.
She wanted to take them all slaves.
That's not surprising. I'm surprised you couldn't get any of them back. But very well.
Nothing.
At which point she begins writing out a letter for the Adventurers Guild. So after
And
12
one more
seconds,
thing.
you're back.
I shout as I've suddenly been unheld.
Right, there you go then.
I just walk off going, oh, bloody hell, I tried, stupid children.
Okay, so at this point, we're establishing even if you could convince the Griffin to eat Balador, unfortunately, the rider is not going to allow it.
Oh,
I suppose I will have to cry and apologise to Balador and
Could I
just
take him to Godholm?
drop his corpse on the ground. Can't fulfill his dying wish. What kind of friend am I?
Okay, does anyone want any
Personality traits. I'm going to add
terrible friend?
terrible friends and also
He's going to be depressed. He couldn't carry it out or something.
severe depression.
Severe depression. Oh God, this is. I want you to RP that as well as you can.
oh dear. Right.
Okay. So
You were about to say something.
where was I?
You said
Yes.
you said, "Does anybody want to?" And then you.
Oh yeah. Does anybody want to take any last? Then since Minster is apparently leaving the body behind to just rot in the Elven Forest about 20 miles from Hollow Tree. Does
would
anyone
like
want to take any of his gear?
I would like to take the 5 gold pieces. That's all I have. That's all I own, and offer it to Isolde to give him a proper burial, as in however the elves see fit.
I see. Well, we shall bury him with the planting of a new tree, as is our normal tradition.
My ears perk up a little bit because that sounds much better than being buried in Godhole.
It's fine by me.
So I guess I lose 5 gold.
And
So she
then,
doesn't take the 5 gold.
I was going to say, and then I give our
Reimburse.
new halfling friends 78 gold.
Just
thank
sitting
you very
him out.
Is that to even out your total?
yeah.
Just round it off a little. Okay.
And I would also propose, as he's done a great service to Balador, that he should accompany us to the Adventurers Guild and have Balador's share of any payment that may be made.
Adventurers Guild, you say? Well, I don't have too much use for gold, but old Radica here could use a nice new saddle so I can ride him properly. But there are a lot of people in this Adventurers Guild.
No, actually.
I have no idea.
You've seen
only ever
members
seen the
coming
women
and
and the
going
women.
as the board.
Sent a few.
Well, not too much of a fan of civilization, but I am a fan of young Doris here, normal Doris. And you are a very pretty young lady. Not too sure about the elephant, but I guess I can join you for a few weeks, maybe months. Got
If
nothing
you
better to do.
survive.
Fine by me.
Okay.
So small, I won't even notice you're there.
Fair enough. So we'll say
That's racist, Merrick. Take it back and be polite to our new friend Rambler.
It's sizist, maybe.
Your little argument you were having in text a little bit when we were walking. I just realised something. You guys were like 20 foot away. Were you just shouting it back and forth?
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't we, I suppose? Well, I would like to say for the record, like personally as Matt, I've actually quite enjoyed everything Minstrel's done, but Merrick has not. So I will constantly, every time I argue, it's Merrick. That's it.
fair enough.
Hey, somewhere on my
Have it no, IRL, I've been deeply offended and I'm going to poison you at our picnic on Sunday.
You're having a picnic on Sunday. Why didn't you invite me?
Do you live in Kent?
Oh. Somewhere on my character, I can't find it right now, but I think I can freely run through Matt's legs.
Yeah, it's
I'd
the
imagine so.
part of being the halfling. You can move through a large size. In fact, you can go through anyone's legs technically.
Really? Nice.
They all count as medium, don't they?
You're like half the size of.
gnomes.
Rambler,
Yes, my young dear. You
Because
haven't corrected me yet on your gender, by the way.
It's just
I'm
leave
an
me that
elf.
one alone.
I'm an elf.
Attention.
I'm a half elf. I just want to fit in. You know, I'm happy for the attention. Alongside the 78 gold I've issued you, I'd like to part upon you another gift.
You say that's very generous of you.
And it's one you, as a mighty, I believe, druid, or whatever the hell you are, might appreciate.
No, I'm not a druid, young man. I'm just a simple chef who happens to have an ability to befriend animals and use this mighty bow here.
Oh,
Really
as, as a chef, you may enjoy this even more.
I'm a hunter, basically. I'm a hunter.
You're a ranger, by
A
class.
ranger.
ranger.
I gift upon thee one green bean. I believe it is
Very
magic.
Can I examine this green bean, or are you going to tell me what it's
Sure. Feel free to make a. It's magic, so Arcana check on it.
Ah,
Oh, actually, make a nature check first.
neither of those is going to be. It's a bit weird. It's kind of like, you know how Balador couldn't intimidate anyone.
Same sort of issue.
Yeah.
you've got a blaring skill hole.
Yeah,
Ranger's not very good at nature.
yeah. maybe though. Ronaldo will be on my side.
Natural
God,
20. You establish it is definitely some form of magical bean that would grow something if planted.
nice.
That's good for us.
Do I need
That, unfortunately, because it's nature, not Arcana,
Yeah.
he can't determine the effect.
That's
Arcana. You're certain it'll grow some form of. I want to say. I always get these ones backwards. Is it fauna or fauna?
You just said the same word twice.
Flora.
Fauna or flora? Flora.
Flora. Yeah,
Flora
because-
for the plants.
Yes.
It will grow some form of flora.
well, don't all beans do that?
Well, I suppose you know it's a magic flora.
Yeah,
Somehow.
you know it'll be magic plants somehow.
Rambler. I've got a feeling this is the fabled green bean of Glom.
You got it
Um,
from the holes.
Oh,
And-
Holes of Glom. Tell me
Yes.
what you know about the Holes of Glom. I've heard fables of the Holes of Glom.
No, you
All my
haven't.
life.
We've been to the old city of Glom, the former capital.
And I believe this bean will lead us to the great castle in the sky of Glom, where there lives a giant.
I really want you to plant this now because
Mm.
I know what this does.
Is this the first time Doris has seen these beans?
I
Yes.
think so. Yeah. So we haven't seen them
Okay.
since home now. So.
Do you want to maybe pass the other ones out as well, Minstrel, since you're sharing them?
I
Okay.
assume I wouldn't get any anyway, but I just need to go be right
Yeah.
back.
So, Rambler, what do you want to do with your one magic bean?
I would like to put it in my pocket.
Okay. That's fine.
Would you say you have planted it in your pocket?
It needs soil and moisture.
It doesn't.
Maybe he's got dirty pockets.
I don't need to give it soil and moisture because I can just use Druidcraft to grow it.
That is going to end really badly. Please don't do that.
I'm
Right.
not going to do it while it's in my pocket.
Okay. You're going to do it while it's in your pocket? Hold up. Are you casting Druidcraft to make it grow whilst it's in your pocket? I'm sorry.
Kind of a DM are you? I said I'm not going to do it while it's in my
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I thought you said you were going to cast it while it was in your pocket. I was thinking, please do that because I can do something so much fun. Okay. So at this point, you're going to hop on to the Griffins, I assume, and be flown back to.
What
just
about
outside
Radika
Sheffield.
Titaran? Can he get on a griffin?
They'll pick him up with the claws.
That doesn't sound
Please be
safe.
careful with my good friend there.
I'm going to make a
I say
point.
to Griff.
I will not ride the one called Griff.
I see. So you hop on to Ron.
In fact, I'm going to add one more thing to my notes.
Distrust Griffins.
I suppose it goes in Bond. Vendetta against Griff the Griffin.
Really specific. There's one Griffin you may not be able to determine from the other Griffins in Hollow Tree you don't like.
I believe in the last session you said this Griffin had a eel for a head.
No, an eagle.
Anyway,
the
should we
theory.
get on with it?
Go to
So-
where we're going to.
The Griffin, you take. Who's going to take the letter from Miss Solar?
I'll take it.
Okay, so you have the letter. At which point you take off on the Griffins and are flown just about 10 miles down the road from Sherfield. At which point it's just gone midday. Before they throw you a hearty salute and head back towards Hollow Tree. So you can now go where you like from
I
here.
thought we were in Hollow Tree.
No, they've flown you to Sherfield.
Hmm.
Where
Ah.
you left the cart, but you don't know that. You've just been flown out of the forest by some sweet creatures you've met because you've followed people.
Can we even drive a car? And oh yeah, there's people there
Assume
still, aren't there?
you guys get a hero's welcome in Sheffield.
They would.
Don't know about that.
Balador would, but
If Balador was still alive, he would ask Minstrel to do a fanfare as we enter and like hold banners up as returning heroes, but he's not. So
I play a victory tune
Are
as
you going to play the
we.
Final Fantasy music on your ocarina?
Yeah. I mean, Sherfield, we didn't really do anything for. We were in there by accident. Like, it was just happened to be a
Saved
party
them.
and there's some shit went on.
and the Sherfield Goliath,
Hmm.
Slayer of the Sherfield Goliath. Right, Sherfield.
I say to Merrick, he does Balador a disservice. He is a
Oh,
mighty
killed the
hero.
No qualms
right,
about Balador.
Rambler would like to suggest that we camp outside of the village. Ladies and gentlemen, I people are untrustworthy generally. Maybe we shouldn't sleep inside the village because no good thing can happen when you stay in civilization. Perhaps we should make camp on the outskirts and then head over to your adventurers guild.
I think in my head about the time in the inn where I was going to be harvested for organs, and the time Godholm attacked me, and everything bad that's ever happened in the village, and I will agree with Rambler.
And I will think about that time Minstrel was almost harvested for organs and suggest we go stay in the inn.
And I will also say to Rambler, yes, and buildings have a nasty habit of catching fire when Merrick is around.
That's Balador.
I didn't burn it.
Catching
Balador
fire,
burnt it
you
down.
say? Well, I don't know about that.
I think the sun must have shown just right at his tusks.
Who said that?
Well, what do you think, Doris?
He said he'd be back in a minute.
I believe Doris has gone to sleep.
I
Yeah.
have a feeling that because I think Doris doesn't trust people either, so I feel like
Dorothy Durkins.
Uh,
Go to the
Sorry,
inn
Doris-
or camp outside?
Doris wants to go sleep in an inn and not sleep outside because she's an old woman and wants comfort.
Fair enough. Also,
He's
I would like to
talking
point out,
Mike.
as part of Minstrel's backstory being noble, technically, you also have an aversion to sleeping outside.
I also have an aversion to having my organs harvested.
This is a fair point.
All right. Well,
2-4-2 against.
if you're gonna sleep in the inn, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll join you.
Okay.
Should we perhaps
Right.
get you a place to stay in the stables with your really Cassideran, lovely, fine fellow?
It's a fine pronunciation of his name. I think I'm gonna like you. Well, stables. You say? What animals are in these stables?
You'd have to find out when you got there.
Well, I'm just a bit worried if there's horses and mules and stuff that Radika sit around might spook him a bit.
Try and eat them.
Might well try and eat him. He does have a tendency to eat things. Yeah, I probably should have warned you guys about that.
Well, I think I saw that when he ate all of the rations for about 2 weeks
He did
in
what?
one go.
Oh, Radika, you naughty boy.
Sure.
Radika.
Leave
so
you
also
on there.
you've wandered for an hour or so. By the way, you guys were assuming you're staying in the inn. Did you not remember what I said? It's about midday. You could probably hop on the cart and head back. You don't have to go to the
I
inn.
went on the suggestion.
Oh, right.
Randall.
Oh,
staying.
okay.
I was really wondering about why the inn came up. I just didn't want to say anything to you.
I mean, we've literally been talking about it for 10 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah,
thanks for bringing it
I
up.
thought it was going to be a quick thing. Like, don't go
think-
near the village, but you could just go hop
okay,
in the
done.
carriage and head off.
Let's do that then.
I
What were you
think
doing
it would be probably time to sleep by the time we reach Godholm. So,
Yep, I'll say you probably stopped the night in Godholm.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be mine.
Carriage it is then.
Okay, so
I'm
you
gonna ride.
you managed to find Ed and Ed sitting in the tavern, ready and waiting, if slightly pissed, to take you back on the carriage. As the 2 horses to pull it are now readied round the front. There, I will need an animal
I'm not-
handling check.
I'm not sure if I trust these Ed and Ed to drive while drunk. I'd like to suggest that Rambler takes the reins because he seems to be quite good with animals.
First off, I'm just going to have to make an animal handling check to see if the horses freak out from the wolf. Okay, one of the horses has now bolted as it sees the wolf.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, he can be a little bit aggressive, and he is a predator and all that. So,
Don't suppose
which-
he can pull a carriage, can he?
I don't know.
I doubt he'd be big enough.
Radika, could you pull a carriage? And he goes, "Oh, oh," which means,
Is that a
and then I
no?
translate that as no.
Fair enough. At which point, Ed and Ed are going to be making a brief suggestion that you put him in the back and cover him with a blanket so the horses can't see him. This will be a cramped ride back.
I tell you what, why don't I go, say, half a mile ahead and ride the wolf?
I'm going to say I'll add a level of exhaustion to the wolf in exchange for doing that on the way to Godholm.
Oh,
Right,
It's going to be tiring. He's got to carry you the entire way from Sherfield to Godholm. It's about 360 miles.
We can spend the night in my hut. It's slightly separated from the rest.
360 miles.
I have a scale on the map. It's on your version of the map.
I didn't realise it was that. I mean, 360 miles. That's like a month's travel. No, never mind.
No, a horse can cover 60 miles a day if it's running a canter. I had this all worked out at one point. Hang on.
Okay, good. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I trust you. It's fine. I would like to see some combat today. See how
Well,
much.
you'll probably be trying to get back to the guild for that. Yeah, it's about a day's travel between Iredale to Rowstop, Rowstop to Godholm, Godholm to Sherfield. But the reason you got there so quick last time is having two drivers, they could switch off.
Right. Anyway, so are they gonna get the horse back then if I put him?
Yeah, one of them's gone off to go get the horse, which is bolted.
All right, I'll put him in the cart then.
Okay. So, at which point, after covering him with a large blanket, then I'll need an animal handling check from you to make him stay down. Although he follows your orders, so you can just tell him to do that. Never mind, I forgot that.
Okay, I was gonna say give me advantage, but yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, I was going to say always follows your orders. I forgot about the rule with companions. So, at which point, with the horse reattacked, you now set off towards Godholm, which, on Beric's suggestion, you'll be spending the night there.
Stay in my hut, separate from the rest of the place. So it's not all crowded.
Fair enough. So, pulling up to the Eastern Lake, about 9 p.m. Oh no, 10 p.m. Sorry. I didn't realize I had those horses going at 60 miles an hour. Fuck, I did some maths wrong somewhere. Never mind, I will fix it later.
Fine, it's fine. It's all semantics, really.
Did they have red stripes on them so they went faster?
Exactly. Not, I've completely misjudged this and done the scale 10 times higher than it should have been. Which is probably 36 miles, probably makes more sense. But anyway, I digress.
So we're in Godholm.
You're in Godholm for the evening.
My hut.
Okay.
This is a very nice hut, elephant friend.
You still haven't told him your name.
I'm not going to, sorry.
Okay.
On purpose, yeah.
He's a bit grumpy, that elephant, isn't he?
I am.
After spending the evening, is there anything anyone would like to do in Godholm before we depart for Rowstop? And then Iredale by the morning, hopefully.
Is there anywhere I can buy some healing potions?
You could ask Merrick, or you could go investigate yourself.
I'll ask Merrick.
I suppose there is. I can't, Matt can't remember, but I suppose Merrick can.
I did send you a list of people you would know.
Yeah, I can't remember where my list is. I have got it somewhere. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Before the party splits up, I'd like to read a poem.
The teleportation book.
Don't read from that one.
I don't know what kind of vendor would count on my list.
Which ones are on your list again?
One who sells
Forest.
arts. One's a food place. One's basic equipment. Another one. There we go. Incense, herbs, rituals. That'd be that guy.
Yeah.
That'd be Mikas.
Doris and Rambler,
Yes, my love.
would you like to hear the poem I have composed for my dearly departed friends?
I would love to.
That'd be nice, dearie. And then I'd like to mentally ask Merrick to come over.
Oh, you're in my hut. It's a small place.
Oh my god, you've let me into your hut.
Well, you're gonna have to.
I suddenly jump up and I'm glaring around the room, realizing I must have not been paying attention to where my movement for the last however many hours.
You were depressed. It happens.
It's night time as well.
I've just climbed out of the depths of my depression to share with you this poem. I've been writing it as a way to come to terms with the loss of Balador Backbiter. And it reads, Balador, wherefore art thou, Balador? I nearly left your body on the floor, Why, oh, why did you leave our party? During life you were so farty. I miss you, my friend. To your legacy this poem I lend. Rest in peace, Malador.
Take a D4 inspiration die.
A lovely
I quite
poem,
liked it.
lady.
And Merrick's going to shed a tear.
Do elephants cry?
I would
Yeah,
like
they do,
to,
yeah.
I would like to use one of my vials and collect Merrick's tear.
You can use a vial to collect a tear of an elephant. Okay.
You're going to have to roll for it, because I'm not going to let you do it. You
Okay.
go right up
So
near my
we will
face
have acrobatics for Merrick to dodge and athletics for Minstrel to catch it.
and jump
The
up
wrong
and
way
reach.
round.
Yep. You both got the wrong skills. I did it intentionally.
Oh, I was going to say.
What am I doing? Sorry, athletics. Yeah.
Athletics, no, acrobatics for you, athletics for Minstrel.
Uh-huh.
You're trying to jump out the way he's trying to catch up to you.
He's got to jump up about 3 feet, I suppose.
Nope, it manages to fall onto the floor, I'm afraid, Minstrel.
Oh, I will stand up and look Merrick in the eyes and say, I only wanted to collect that to remind me of your humanity.
Just remember it.
Your piety.
I'm a pious individual sometimes.
When you remember.
If we get in too
Okay.
many more fights, you'll probably see me cry again.
We'll say Doris has been informed by Merrick of Mikas, the
Hmm.
general.
But it
I
is
can't remember
10
which
p.m.
sort of vendor he was, but yeah.
Sells like,
Sukas.
herbs and stuff.
Mikas, like Mikasa.
Okay, I want to go see Sukasa.
He sells insects.
I saw that joke coming.
We're still night, isn't it? You have to sleep.
No, we'll say this is the next morning after the sleep.
Yeah, he sells herbs and incense and stuff for rituals and things like that. He might be a
Minstrel
best bet.
regains 1 HP.
Yes, you regain 1 HP from dropping a corpse on your foot.
I'd just like it to be noted, though, that I sobbed all throughout the night.
Okay, no one else got a good rest.
Oh, didn't need one, so you're lucky.
Okay, so as you ask around the marketplace over by the Grand Chantry for Mikas, having been informed by Merrick where he would be,
Excuse me, dearie, have you seen Sukas? Excuse me, I'm looking for someone named Sukas. Can you help an old dear?
at which point you've had... I'm going to make a quick roll, hang on. Nice! Perfect 100. You actually managed to ask him if he's seen someone called Sukas. Unfortunately, no dear, my name is Mikas. Can I ask what sort of vendor you were looking for?
Oh, I just need some potions to help ease these weary bones. You know how easy it is to have a fall and that when you get to my sort of age.
I see. Well, I have a few. I have about 4 available, I'm afraid.
And how much would that be for an old dear like me?
They'd be 100 gold normally. Make a persuasion roll. But I suppose I could knock a gold off them for you, my dear. So 99 gold pieces.
Sure.
Is that a greater one? Is it?
No, these are lesser healing potions.
Oh, right.
They are 1d4 plus 1.
Ooh,
Okay.
appalling deal.
Well, actually, the basic ones are 50 each. They scale down in price quite nicely. It's just worked out by that. So you gain 4 lesser healing potions.
By the way, does Merrick have any food in his hut?
There wouldn't be any actual food there since he's been gone for weeks.
Been eating my rations anyway. I didn't stock up.
Hmm.
I assume we're all still there. It's just
The,
Doris.
the other 3 of you are there. Doris went out to the marketplace before you were, whilst the drivers
Do I have-
recovered from their mild hangover and began getting the cart ready once again.
Oh yeah, and could I maybe try and pick up like a week's worth of rations for like 4 people?
You ask Mikas where you could buy some food. and he sent you over to the fruit vendor Yuki.
And I bet I just want to lay on the old deer, act real thick to
Real
try and
heavy.
get it for a bit cheaper. Yeah.
The half-elf lady immediately goes, "Ah, yes, of course, my dear. How many
Just
would
to
you
feed my
like?"
grandkids.
Okay, make a persuasion roll with advantage. You after general rations or supplies?
Rations.
Rations. Okay.
Supplies.
She's not Chinese.
Oof.
You said that, not me.
Well, I called her Yuki, to be fair.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's Japanese. They don't do the R and L reversal.
Bit.
So she brings out a selection of dried fruits and nuts and some cured jerky. And says, "Of course. How many people are you wanting them for?"
Oh well, I guess I got 3 great grandkids. So like, I've got no, and then 3. No, sorry, that's 6 great grand. Probably about 4 adult per portions in total for about a week.
Okay, so 28.
Oh, and me cousin Dory. No. Oh no, she doesn't eat meat, and don't worry about her. I'll sort her out something somewhere else.
Okay, so we have
Wait, there's meat in these rations.
14, then take off a 12 roll. I could do that for 10 gold for you, my dear.
Cool. I'll give her 12 and like pick up a nice bit of fruit or whatever for just today.
You take a pineapple.
Hey.
A whole pineapple. Good luck with that.
I'd just like to say the reception to my poem has caused me to slip into moderate depression.
Wait, Rambler really liked your poem and it made
Um,
Merrick cry.
He wasn't severe. He slipped up
Yeah,
into moderate.
Sort of
Oh, I
mildly
see.
depressed.
Okay, good.
Okay, so back at the hut, the cart is being loaded. Rambler, I will need the wolf to make a stealth check to see if you can get him onto the cart without being seen.
How the fuck am I going to work this out?
You take his stat block, which I assume you have available, because you should have made a separate sheet for him.
+7.
Okay, then roll that.
Roll. No, I thought it was going to be complicated because yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, he has his own stat sheet.
Oh,
8, natural 1. He walks covered with a blanket directly in front of 2 horses, who I'm now going to make a fright check for. Who, thankfully, do not run off this time, having got used to the smell of him behind. But he is very obvious.
I would like to say sorry to the horses and ask them if they're hungry.
They nod towards you. What would you like to offer them?
Well, I assume my rations I've got
Dried fruit.
Oh, yeah, dried fruit. Can I offer them some dried fruit?
Sure. So they take a mouthful of raisins each. You lose 1 ration.
Okay. That's not 1 day's rations, is it? That's
No, 1 portion. So
20. So I'm on 29.
Uses.
29 rations because I had 10 days. Right?
You had 10 days, so 33 meals. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Doris, I should have mentioned as well. You did 28 rations in total, which is 4 people for a week.
I'll share it out as soon as I get back.
Okay, so everyone can take. Oh, I had this worked out a second ago. Oh no, it was 28 days, so everyone takes 7 times 3 is 21.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, well, thank you very much, Taurus, but don't actually have room in my backpack for all this food. Do you mind carrying it for me?
You wouldn't me, dear, a frail, feeble old thing to carry your food for you. Well, I suppose I could.
Well, you are a dear if you would do that for me. I'm sure I'll return the favour.
I'm also not sure how much I can play the feeble act when I, overarm judo throw the whole court.
The orc just bang.
Work against Minstrel and Merrick because they saw you like obliterate a couple of people.
Those bandits.
Yeah.
I literally aren't I at like my limit Craig, didn't we?
Yeah,
sort of
pretty
do
much. You were at your carry limit. It's,
that?
Oh, yeah, it's small.
it's tiny. You know,
Okay, I'll carry it for him.
it's very kind.
Little
Yeah, he's at his carry limit. If you give him like anything heavy, he's going to be over.
I see. Well, no loot for him then.
Oh, thank God I haven't put a weight on coins yet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so as you begin riding the cart, you spend the next day, night, and morning heading straight through Rowstop all the way to Irodel, as the drivers are now sober enough to trade over properly. So as they come to the edge of the city, Ed and Ed, with 2 Ds, wish you a fond farewell before taking the horses to go rest for the foreseeable future.
Bye, Eds.
As they bow slightly and take the horse and carriage away.
Are we? So we're at
Irodel.
Irodel.
We'll just
Gonna head for the
sped
adventure.
that up slightly.
I would like
Also,
to.
all mark off 3
Oh, yeah.
uses of rations for the travel.
Okay, I would like to check if there's any monstrosities in Irodel.
What's the range on it?
5 miles.
Okay, and is there a roll you need to do, or is it just you can sense them?
Oh god, let me find it. By spending one interrupted minute in concentration, you can sense whether any of your favoured enemies are present within 5 miles of you. No roll.
Okay. So, monstrosity. I just need to check what something is.
But I'm just going to limit it to the town because
Just the town. Okay. So, inside the town. You can sense something which would fall into that category from the parliamentary keep.
Jesus.
Keep that to yourself, or
It says it tells me if they're present, how many there are, and what direction
There is one, and it's coming from the tallest building in town.
coming from. You mean it's coming towards us?
No, that's where the sense is coming from. It's
Oh, right.
static in there.
I'm just going to say to the party, well, this town seems a bit weird. Why do you guys live here?
I don't really live anywhere, but this is where our Adventurers Guild is.
You know there's foul creatures in this here town. Or a foul
I
creature.
don't doubt it. But, well, I mean, always have a look for it. If there's something dodgy here.
Oh, to be honest with you, I think... Wait. Would I... I was about to say I think I'd rather avoid it, but I guess I wouldn't rather avoid it, would I? Because it's my favourite enemy.
It's up to you if you think you can
To
deal
be
with
honest, yeah, okay, I'd rather avoid it. To be honest with you, I'd rather avoid it. I'd rather avoid this whole town altogether. Seems like a very unholy place.
it. Oh,
Right.
sorry, I should have mentioned as well. Rambler, the notice is also coming from slightly underground from the tallest building. Because you also get full direction. But carry on.
Yeah. All right then, lads and ladies, lead the way.
I have to come back here a lot, so get used to it.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the Adventurers Guild then.
So you head up the main street past all the stores, seeing, of course, double click that. Seeing, of course, Alchemist of Legend, the rather well-appointed alchemy shop you walked past on the way out, where you ran into the man that none of you liked. As you then head up to the Adventurers Guild. The large stone steps are still there. They seem busier than usual.
How can steps be busy?
There's lots of people going up and down.
Oh,
Jesus.
so don't they just sit there?
No, there's lots of... The steps are busier. Lots of people are using them.
I see. So to be clear, empirically clear, the steps themselves are not busy. Like we can walk up them.
Down them, but I assume that's what that meant.
Yes, you can still walk
Like
up and down.
we're not going to take the first step and like the first step to go. Excuse me, I'm really busy at the moment. Sod off.
No,
Right.
they are just in use a lot at the
Should we-
moment.
I'd like to
Rambler?
push.
Rambler, could you please ask for steps whether we can walk up them?
Rambler
Fine, I'm
laughs
just
at
gonna go
Minstrel's
in.
joke.
Okay, so
Very
Merrick's
funny
going
young
in.
lady.
Yeah. Gonna barge my way past any people in the way.
Okay. Who else is going to try and follow in?
I'm going to follow. I'm going to lead Radhika Sitaran by the silk rope that I'm using for his harness.
You can walk between Merrick's legs, can you?
Not on the wolf.
Which is protected by the,
No, I'm not on the wolf. I'm
the
leading.
crowds.
Oh, yeah, but then the wolf can't get through Merrick's legs, so. Right. So everyone trying to get through the crowds, I would like an athletics check.
Oh,
What my athletics is. I think it's minus
How many sort of people are up on the steps?
There are literally loads of people cramming up and down them, desperately trying to get closer.
That is why I asked if they were busy.
I said they were busy, but not like you can't use them. You're just trying to get through a crowd to come in.
first
Oh,
one is me. Second is Radhika.
Okay. You
Athletics.
guys have actually done pretty well. I didn't set a huge one on this. 16. Doris, are you going to try and head up?
I can't be bothered dealing with this, so I'm going to
Yep.
unfurl the spectral wings to frighten people within 10 foot and try and just clear a path like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to roll for a lot of people. Bear with me.
Are you sure you should be doing that, my lady?
You wanna
Oh,
see-
you know, at my age, you get used to sitting in queues. I haven't got time for that.
Okay.
Wait,
You managed to walk literally straight to the front before there's like one row of people who are too engrossed in what's happening at the top.
we have the option to change for check because I could have just done backflips over people.
You were trying to push through the crowd, but it's fine. Doris has now just walked through and terrified everyone else away, I assume, except for the party, unless you want to include them in it.
Well,
I'm
I
screaming.
went first, so
If you want to include me in it, I would like to. Do you want to include me in it? Because I have my
Uh, It just says you can make creatures. I don't actually know if I've got any choice whether they do or do not.
Since you can make creatures, it's anyone except for people you don't want it to affect.
Uh,
I've
I
got
will-
advantage if it is. But
I won't include the pie.
Okay. So every member of the party, please make a is it wisdom saving throw?
Yeah,
Again,
16.
I get
16, I
advantage
thought so.
as well. So
But I have an advantage, right?
sure.
Because I'm a brave halfling.
I get advantage as well.
Carry
Oh.
the
I don't think I get advantage against that. Let me just double check. Fey ancestry.
Oh, yeah,
So glad I've
24
got
for me.
advantage.
Yep, so Merrick passes and isn't scared.
No, it's just
Rambler
charmed.
passes and isn't scared. And could you roll for the wolf as well, please, Rambler?
I got a natural 20 there, by the way.
I saw.
Meetings.
Oh, another natural 20.
So we're all okay.
It's good that we're using all our natural 20s on this.
Hmm.
So
On
he
this
has
really random thing. So it's just wisdom.
so plus and a proficiency bonus, right? Or
Did you
not?
choose him to be proficient in it?
He's proficient in every saving throw. My animals are proficient in every saving throw.
Oh, fair. Then add the proficiency bonus, yeah.
So that's 4, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I've got-
If he gets +1, he gets 4. 13. Okay, so the wolf is now cowering at the bottom of the stairs, but the rest of you have completely ignored the effect of the skeletal wings and are now at the front of the crowd, where you can see about 20 feet away. There is a group of adventurers currently with a large blue dragon head in the middle of the adventurers' hall, which has been brought back as a prize, which is what has gathered such a crowd.
I remember.
Balador would have remembered to take the centaur's head.
I would have taken the bone
Oh.
tail blade, but
I remember some group of adventurers we passed that were after a blue dragon.
well done.
It's them. I remember we passed them on the road to Godwin.
Make a perception check to see if you can see if it's them. It's not going to be a particularly high one.
Oh.
No, you recognize one of them. The others are a complete mystery. But the one you were speaking to, you still managed to recognize.
I'll relay that to my group. So
Oh
they-
well, well done to them, I say.
Hmm.
To the victor goes the spoils.
I hope it was an evil dragon. They're noble creatures by nature.
Make a nature check for me, Minstrel.
Oh God! Hold on.
Okay.
You made
Okay,
it down.
nature.
Nature, yes, please.
And I'm gonna use Jack of all trades.
Fair enough. 13.
You
And my inspiration dice.
Okay, roll your 1d4. 4. Excellent. 17. Thanks to a combination of factors, you managed to remember that chromatic dragons tend to be evil and metallic dragons tend to be good by nature.
Is
There are
blue
exceptions.
chromatic or?
They're not metallic.
could be
Oh
with-
yeah, chroma color.
Cromer is not a colour. It's a town in Norfolk where you can get really nice crabs.
Fair enough. I'll remember that if I'm over in Norfolk.
Yeah, really good crabs. Yeah. Or is it Norfolk or Suffolk? I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Cromer
Doesn't
crabs.
help me now. Fair enough. Yes. So you now know it was evil, as they are currently hauling it up to be mounted above the reception desk.
I turn to old lady Doris and I whisper, "I believe that dragon may have been evil." And Doris ignores me. My moderate depression becomes severe depression.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what exactly were we here for? I'm sure it wasn't to
We've
go up
got
on this
a-
dragon and deal with this crowd.
We've got to hand in our letter of our letter of completion to collect our reward.
You wait about 20 minutes for the crowd to disperse. The marvelling at the size of the dragon head has been... it's a rare sight to see A, a dragon that large, and B, a dragon that large slain.
Can I quickly go up to Doris and say one more thing, very quietly in her ear?
Sure.
I hope Merrick doesn't dick us over and make us lose our reward by mentioning we sold an entire village into slavery. Sorry, he sold an entire village into slavery.
You may have forgotten you mentioned this to the hunter before she wrote your completion letter,
Oh yes.
which no one has read, so...
And you're all whispering to Doris, and she was there. She did say that I didn't
Anyway.
sell him into slavery.
Right, onwards.
So,
No.
after the crowd has dispersed, I'll assume you're going up to hand the letter in to the current clerk at the desk, which is the young girl you usually see.
Hey there, good looking.
Ah, yes. You again, as she's now staring at you.
No, we'll give her the letter.
I've completed another job. Merrick, pass her the letter, please.
I see.
Our letter.
She takes the letter
Sorry.
and
Our letter.
then you'll just decide into a side room to collect payment, where Jarek Ironback is going to come out and sit down and speak to you once again. So, as he walks into the room and once again gestures you to his rather nice sofas in his office,
Hello there, sir. My name's Rambler. Nice to meet you.
he gives you a gentle nod and says, "Your party seems to have changed a little since I last saw you."
Hello there, sir. I'm Lady Doris. I don't know why I'm mocking his accent for some reason. I'm so sorry about that, dude.
It's easily done.
Yes,
Oh, dear.
unfortunately, we did suffer some casualties, but we have inherited 2 orphan children who are here with us now.
They also appear to be both older than you.
Some old
Rambler
woman.
laughs at
random.
Minstrel's
And
joke.
I may also be 10 years older since I last saw you.
Yes, I was going
so-
to ask about that.
Yes, so our ages, you see, very confusing subject. They may look old, but they could be children. You don't know. So I'm only 18, but I look 28.
I see.
My dear Minstrel, are you some sort of idiot?
Oh,
Taking
now
this
come
long
on,
to realise
Doris. There's no need to be like that. Sorry,
I'm
Doris.
many things, Doris, but I am not a liar.
Make a deception check.
Yes, you're
Can I just ask a quick question? Is there any food around the room?
There's not.
Oh wait, Radika's still scared, isn't he? He's outside the building.
He's still waiting outside after seeing
Okay.
Doris.
In that case, it doesn't matter.
Okay, Minstrel, you think he believes you as he begins writing something down. Doris, what were
Hey.
you rolling for?
That was in response to Doris, not to him.
Oh, no, you were lying to him.
Oh, was I? I was.
You were lying about your age, remember?
Oh, bollocks. Mate.
So, Doris, what were you rolling for?
Hold on.
I thought you said he was trying to lie to me.
Yeah, I was lying to Doris.
He'd lied through most of that explanation, so
Hmm.
I very quickly had him make a deception check. I wasn't asking you to do anything.
Oh, about Doris's, because I didn't lie about my age.
You're lying about.
You lied about why you suddenly look 10 years older.
You said
Okay, no worries. Don't worry.
Yeah, whatever. Don't care. Move on.
Okay. Yes. Now, in regards to the quest you've just completed, there is a caveat that I have been asked to remove and resend back half of your reward money due to the unfortunate circumstances of how it ended.
I shoot a sideways glance at Merrick.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Unfortunate though it was. So here is the remainder of the payment as he hands you 2,500 gold in a small chest on the table.
Oh my goodness me! I've never seen that much gold before in my life.
I mean, who was there when we picked up the contract?
Technically just Merrick and Minstrel at this stage.
All right.
So you're the only two actual members.
I
At which point
750 of that then.
Jarek is going to... Oh, sorry, go on.
I pick up my share and Ballador's share, and I give Ballador's share to Rambler.
Now, Ballador doesn't have a share. It's the whole total, and I'm going to take half.
Fair enough.
I'm going to stop him taking half.
Oh yeah, you're not lawful good anymore, are you? You're just
No, he is not. He's just good.
Is taking half of it good though?
Yeah,
The other two people died, so it's for me and Minstrel to divvy up.
That seems like it's kind of like okay, yeah.
I would say it's neutral, but I'm going to try and stop him all the same.
Okay, so we'll
To be
say...
fair, we don't deserve it. Doris and Rambler doesn't deserve it, so I guess it's not even.
Rambler
kind of does.
Rambler deserves it. And Doris was there for the fight.
Yeah, actually,
Rambler's done me a great service by ensuring Ballador had a decent send-off.
He didn't. You left him in the woods. Yeah.
To be dealt with
No.
by the elves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rambler paid for him to be buried.
Just left him there. You don't know if they actually did, I suppose. But
At which
The
point
hell
Jarek is going to turn to Doris and Rambler and ask, and will the two of you be signing up to the Adventurers Guild?
well, I am a chef by trade. Do you need a chef adventurer?
I'm certain we could find use for one. I assume you would have other skills.
Well, yes, of course. I am good at stuff. Yeah, all right, I'll join you.
Okay, so he takes a small badge out from under the table and passes it to you from a drawer. And you, dear lady?
Oh yes, that sounds lovely, dear. And if as soon as he gives me a badge, I'm just gonna chuck it in the backpack and not wear it.
Okay, that's also fine. So he hands you a bag and you throw it in your backpack.
I'm going to wear my badge of pride.
I'm not sure if Minstrel was wearing his, actually.
I did send you guys.
Mine's in the bag.
I suppose I should add that. I'm in 2 guilds now.
You are. Thankfully, you don't pay fees to this one.
So it appears, Merrick, we are at an impasse.
There you go. That's your badge.
I'm going to take my share.
Okay. So at which point he's going to say, well, then, I assume you were all there for the quest itself? If you were taken?
Oh, no, I wasn't there. I can't possibly accept any money.
I see. So he then divides the remaining gold into 3 and then passes it to the others. Actually, wait for Doris to say anything first.
I'm just waiting patiently with my hand out, not saying anything.
So he divides it to 833 and then leaves 1 gold piece on the table, handing each of the 3 of you a small sack with 833 gold pieces in.
Well, looks like you people did a good job. Well
Right.
done.
It's not nearly worth this much money for the death of my dear friend Ballador.
Indeed, as Jarek now sits back and says, would you care to for a small fee, we could have him memorialized in a painting or a plaque on the wall.
I believe a painting would be appropriate. Can I commission one? How much would it cost if I outline the requirements?
Can we go for
150 gold would be.
Oh dear! Please allow me, as I wasn't part of for the whole of this quest. Please allow me to pay that for you.
No, Doris. I couldn't possibly accept that. Perhaps we should split it.
Also, as he now looks back to you and says, "And what happened to your bodyguard?"
He was eaten by our fallen comrade.
At which point he's just now staring at you, saying,
He
So
was
we
half.
should
He was half orcish, after all.
"So we should have a picture of Balador eating turtle soup, perhaps."
No. I want a picture to be commissioned of Balador the Brave in all his glory, holding up a Goliath's head atop a mountain of corpses, and perched on his shoulder, I want a osprey called Magical Bart.
How would anyone in the painting know its name? But I understand. I shall place.
I would like an
on his
arrow.
shoulder.
I would like an arrow pointing to it and Magical Bart written on.
Once it's ready. You
Yes.
are welcome to hang it in there. So who was paying for this in the end?
Me and old lady Doris, I believe, are
Okay, so you
splitting
both
it.
hand over 75 gold. Okay, so with that, he says, very good. Now, I meant to ask, have you had any... is Merrick, are you back yet?
Yeah.
Okay, good, you're the only one who knows about this.
Damn.
That's why I need to make sure you're back. Have you had any issues with the Naga you had fought before?
We were attacked at camp, if I remember correctly, by a band of brigands that did remind me, and they had the same look in their eyes.
They could have very, very easily just been brigands with a bad lisp, of course.
I see.
The hissing-y speech they had.
Well, I will remind you, once again, it's probably best to try and finish the beast off.
Where shall we go?
If you like, I could make some brief investigations to find it. I should have some information for you by the time you finish your next job, if you'd like me to do so.
Would be very kind of you.
Very good. At which point, you're now excused, obviously, to go and do what you like.
I'd like to go take a look at the board, actually.
Okay.
I would like to not look at the board, and I want to go to a blacksmith's.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Is anybody doing anything with Balador's brazier that he borrowed and never gave back?
It's still under his bed in theory.
Okay.
Investigation, you say?
Yes. 13. Asking around, you find there are 2 blacksmiths you could possibly visit. The first is the blacksmith at the marketplace, and the second is Cyrus Hardgrave, the magical blacksmith from the richer part of town.
I would like to pay the latter a visit. Can I
Okay.
ask around to find out where exactly he is located and make my way?
Okay, so make another investigation check while I very quickly pull up the board for Merrick to be picking a quest.
Guess we'll all be deciding instead.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to stay with. I guess I'm going to stay with Doris. So,
Okay,
what's Doris doing?
so that's the quest board. You can look over them. Just ask me if you want any further details.
Doris, are you in the Adventurers Guild still? Is he gone? He's gone. Isn't he?
Yeah, like I'd probably like to. I'd probably actually go up to Rambler and be like, "So, dearie, I thought you said you wanted to have a harness made for your lovely fellow."
Oh yes, but I can't afford that. The very generous young lady gave me some gold, but I think I need a little bit more money before I can.
Come on, dear. Let's go. I just start like trying to strong arm him.
Okay,
You are
you
kind,
may-
my lover.
so we'll do minstrel quickly. The blacksmith. If you, Dorothy, if you want to roll an investigation check to find where you'd probably find a harness or a saddle for. I can't remember the wolf's name. The wolf.
Radhika Siddharan.
Can I just call it Radhika?
Yeah.
Sure, Radhika.
That's his
Radhika,
spell.
I can remember. Okay, so Doris, you find out you're probably best to go to Master Horn, the horse and carriage trainer, who would likely have some spares if you wanted to pick one up, or be able to make some adjustments for you. He lives out in the carriage section. He lives out in a large region to the, where is it? North of town, past the Adventurers Guild, in the large clearing with the well, where he keeps a large stable. If you've got the Iredale map up. If you don't, I'll post it again.
Okay, I would like to take Rambler there if he's willing.
Okay, we'll do Minstrel first, since by now he will have found vaguely the blacksmith. Merrick, you can pick any quest you like. Just if you spot one you like the sound of, let me know. We'll come to that after I've done Minstrel, while Doris and Rambler are finding their way to Master Horn.
I will
So-
take it, but I'll message you. So, 'cause they're not
Okay.
there. So.
Fair enough. So coming back to people in Iredale. Nope, that's the wrong one. That one. So you come up to a rather interesting sign with a magical wand atop an anvil minstrel. You assume, based on what you've been told, this is probably the right place.
Aha! This is probably the right place, I say out loud.
Very well. Heading inside, you can see the open plan area has a faintly glowing anvil in the center, and there is a very sturdy looking dwarf with a big crystal hammer standing at the side at the moment, having a quick break.
Hello there, dwarf. I hope I'm not intruding.
And how can I help you, sir?
Well, I'm from the Adventurers Guild. You see, my name's Minstrel. I'm wondering. I'd like to see whether you have any wares that may be suitable for me.
I normally make to order. I don't normally produce en masse.
Oh,
It would
well,
cost me a
that's-
fortune.
That's where my question was leading to. If you hadn't interrupted me. Sorry, dwarf. I've had a very, very stressful few weeks. I've got here a longbow and some studded leather armor. Is there anything you think you could do?
Well, magically, the leather armor, I could put some form of enhancement on the metal by ruining it. Is there anything you would like it to do in particular?
By ruining it.
Ruining it.
Sorry.
Oh Christ! I didn't think that far ahead. Do you have any suggestions, good dwarf?
Well, arrow deflection has always been a popular choice. However, it's a little specific.
Yeah, so I'm not sure I'd have much use for that. I try and avoid scrapes with other bipedal beings. What other suggestions do you have? As I start to Google furiously.
I figured you might. I could add an elemental resistance. Should you have one in mind?
Okay, let me mull that over for a little while.
As far as the longbow goes, you're probably better off enchanting your arrows, realistically.
I see. What could I do to these arrows?
I can always create arrows that catch a light. They're a popular choice. Especially amongst adventurers.
I see. Yes, I think I'd like to have my arrows enchanted. What would that cost me?
200 gold an arrow.
Okay, let me think about this. No, I might opt for an enchantment on the armor, I believe. Let me just
as he now sighs as you flip flop around in the shop.
Yeah. Cue transition to the Adventurers Guild while I read.
Okay, so Merrick has been looking at a quest, but I think he's settled on one. So we're going to go over to Doris and Rambler, who have found Master Horn, Hawn, if anyone cares, over